is going on, dudes? My name is Sylvain and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses Golden Deer. In the last episode, we went and took care of what all was happening at Ramire Village, and found out that what's his name, Tomas wasn't actually Tomas. He was a guy named Solon. So there's that. Anyway, we're gonna get into this, and we're gonna start out by exploring. We're gonna do 2 paralogues today, and we will go over those. Wait, what? The proper conduct tournament wasn't just this month? I don't know if I can even legitimately complete that. Anyway, we have 2 supports here, so we have one between friggin' Claude and Ingrid.
Ingrid, hello.
Yes, Claude?
Listen, I know you and I don't always get along. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry if my way of being is upsetting to you.
If anyone should be making apologies, it's probably me. I've been overly harsh toward you on more than one occasion. As you might have noticed, I'm close friends with a certain someone who has caused me no end of trouble since we were very young. You remind me a bit of him, and I think I've projected my annoyances at him onto you, at times.
You're talking about Sylvain, right? Huh. Are he and I really that similar?
Not in every regard, no. You certainly seem to treat those of the opposite gender with quite a bit more respect, for one thing.
Well now, I'll take that as a compliment.
You also speak to me in a much more amicable manner than my dear friend ever does.
Okay, I have to ask you something, but only if you promise not to show me your angry lines again. Doesn't that straight-laced personality of yours make life harder than it needs to be? I feel like there are plenty of people who'd like to get to know you better, but who are scared off by your, well, intense attitude.
Oh, really?
Really. I'd say that especially applies to most of the folks you go around giving lectures to. We're all friends here, Ingrid. We all trust each other with our very lives on the battlefield. Shouldn't we try to accept each other?
You have a point.
I sure do. Besides, with a cute face like yours, I bet you could win anyone over if you just threw out a smile now and then.
I've got better things to concern myself with. In any case, you speak as though you know so much about wooing the masses. But I would wager that many of our classmates find it difficult to trust one as slovenly as yourself.
Oh, another lecture. I see you took my words to heart. Look, let's just call a truce, shall we? How about we agree that we could both learn something from our chat today? If you'll make an effort to smile more, I'll try my best to set a better example for everyone.
That seems like an unreasonable thing to ask of you. I wonder if you're capable of such a thing.
And it's perhaps equally wild to ask an ice block like you to melt. But let's give it a try. What do you say?
I suppose it's only virtuous to ask as much of myself as I'm asking of you. Very well. I accept your challenge.
Alright then. Cool. Then we have Lawrence and Catherine with their C support.
Hello, Catherine. A moment of your time.
Oh, it's you. Yes?
That sword you wear upon your hip, how did you come by it, exactly?
I don't appreciate your tone. Are you implying I swiped it off someone?
Not at all. But heroes' relics are typically passed down through the bloodlines of the 10 elites. You are descended from a noble family, are you not?
That's none of your business.
Actually.
Let's say I was a nobody, with no relic, no crest. I would still be me, wouldn't I? That's not to say lineage counts for nothing. It just doesn't count as much as how you lived your life and what you lived for. Or, let's say I was descended from some noble house. Would that change how you treat me?
Yes, it would. To treat you differently from the common folk would only be appropriate.
You're so narrow-minded, tied down by foolish, antiquated notions.
But the nobility and the common folk are different. If the few did not have capabilities to set them apart from the many, then they would not be the few.
Wow. You really think nobles are better than everyone else, don't you?
The difference is money.
I didn't mean to suggest...
You pay so much attention to people's lineage and status that you have no idea who they actually are. Even if I was from the prestigious house whatever, I would never associate with a blowhard like you.
Straight up calling his ass out. Thank you. All right.
Tomas. No, Solon, was it not? And the Flame Emperor. It is most clear that something has transpired, and it relates to you somehow. Or is the fault my own, and you're just caught inside the wave? Sothis, the goddess of this world. I bear her name. How confusing. I feel as though my head has turned to mush.
Oh good, I can actually change the tournament. Okay, I didn't realize that last month, and I wish I had, because I'm likely not going to be able to complete this quest for a while. I don't know how long it lasts, but... Anyway. Was it this month? This month, Intermediate Black Magic Tournament. Interesting. I mean, I'd probably want Lysithea. Alright, well, let my Lysithea give this a shot. I think she could do it. Because she's really good, you know, with her magic. Yeah, actually, we'll see how far she gets, because...
This is what I do.
Yeah, she's got really low health. Alright, let's do it. She can handle one more before I gotta heal her.
Of course I won.
Okay, we'll restore her health because I literally have to. Okay. Maybe she can even dodge. That'd be sick. Nope.
You underestimated me.
Alright, so how much can this next person do? Yeah, I might lose in finals just because she doesn't have enough health.
I just worked harder.
Yeah. I don't know, let's see if Lysithea can get lucky. Nah. That's what I expected to happen. Unlucky. We'll come back at a different point.
Ah, the long-awaited ball. Finally an opportunity to showcase my exquisite skills on the dance floor. These skills were ingrained in me when I was a boy. My hands and feet move on pure instinct.
I think I'll probably make Marianne my dancer again, but I wonder if dancers can actually heal. We'll see.
It's almost time for the ball. Oh my, am I excited! This being a school, we don't have many chances to get dressy. It's true that Tomas was employed here under the recommendation of House Ordelia, but that's all I know of the topic. I never even seen him prior to enrolling here. Even when he was supposedly in Ordelia territory, I never once saw him there. I'm still feeling bothered by all of this, but there's not much else I can say about it right now.
Hello, Professor. The ball will soon be upon us. I can feel my heart fluttering already.
I have never danced in front of people before.
Not even once in all my life. I am very much looking forward to it.
Cool, sweet. Marianne can use magic still by being a dancer. And it's funny, I literally typed in can dancers, and then immediately, like, use magic was the first option. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Before the ball, it is customary that we host a competition of dance known as the White Heron Cup. The students are quite fond of this tradition. Each house must select a representative to compete. Their dance shall be judged by its beauty, grace, and technique. The student who is deemed the winner will be given the opportunity to train as a dancer, should they so please. It is a very precious thing, the gift of dance. I hope that you and your students will choose to participate.
I have looked into Tomas, but I just cannot make sense of this at all. From his behavior up until now, I never would have suspected that a man like him could turn on us. I have also discovered that his appearance has changed. It is almost as if he is not even human. What in the world is going on?
What if it's not Tomas? Alright, let's do our gardening. Harvest our flowers. We got a fruit of life. Ooh. I know we need someone with good charm. Let's grow these flowers, why not? Cultivate with Caledonian soil.
You know, Professor, I used to think I would be comfortable with all manner of experiments, so long as they provided usable results. But when I heard of Solon's work, well, I realized I'd not considered the moral and philosophical limits of what all manner of experiments might mean. Sorry, I'm not great with blood. Even when I'm just thinking about it, I feel a bit ill now. Let us change the subject and settle my stomach. I assume you've heard about the dance competition? Have you chosen a representative yet? Or... oh my, you haven't, have you? Have you come to tell me I'm to be it?
I don't think so. Probably not.
I think that's wise. I simply can't really be bothered. What I mean to say is, I lack the confidence.
Ah, the ball. It reminds me of how I met my wife. I was at a village's harvest festival. There was a full moon, bathing everything in its cool glow. She appeared out of nowhere, dancing gracefully in the moonlight. A lovely fairy.
That's a wonderful story. I must hit B.
We soon fell in love and tied the knot. Now we have a daughter who's as bright and beautiful as a sunny morning. So, whenever I see people dancing, I think of my wife, and my heart does a little waltz.
I always like that story. It's very sweet.
Pardon me.
Great! On the if a man and a woman.
Shit, I forgot. I just spammed through this guy's click. I don't actually know totally yet. I forgot. Yeah, Linhart. Linhart and Claude. I was gonna say, wait, how am I not high enough rank with Claude? Because part of me is thinking about marrying Claude. We'll see, though. For now, I'm gonna say Leonie. Actually, probably not Claude, just because he's in like one of the cutscenes before it, I think. Probably. That's how it's been with both Edelgard and Dimitri.
Great work in Remire Village, Professor. Who would have ever guessed it was Tomas? Ah, but no. Now isn't the time to get lost in gloomy thoughts. The ball is almost here, and the White Heron Cup dance contest. So, Professor, who will be representing our class?
Maybe Sylvain? Did I select him in Blue Lions? I think I did.
I get it. No worries, really. I'd rather see a beautiful person dancing instead of some goof like me.
Oh, shut up.
It seems the dastards who set Remire Village aflame have yet to be apprehended. Monsters. Trampling mercilessly over innocent lives. They deserve a gruesome end.
And I think I did Ferdinand Black Eagles.
Ah, the ball. It reminds me of my first such event, back in the Imperial capital. It was held by my father, the Prime Minister. I really showed off my dancing skills. Everyone was quite impressed with me. Do you see what I am trying to say here? Do not make me beg you. Please choose me as our representative for the White Heron Cup.
I don't know. Actually, I'm thinking about it. So I ended up recruiting... So I made Marianne my dancer in Blue Lions. I remember that. So I do want to pick someone different. I'm not going to pick Ferdinand this time.
If you really think someone is better suited for it, I will not argue.
I actually think you would probably be best suited for it, but I've already chosen you in a previous life, so we're gonna pick a different one.
Another month full of chaos. I've barely had time to catch my breath.
Dude, I know how you
What is
feel.
the objective of Tomas and his ilk?
I don't know.
And what makes Flame so special? Does that not bother you?
It's an interesting question. Actually, this is surprising to me. Flame has the highest charm out of everybody. Me and Ingrid are tied with the second most at 18. That's wild. So let's literally... I'm gonna let Flame do it.
Have you heard yet about the White Heron Cup? If you have yet to choose a representative, do you mind terribly if I volunteer?
I do not mind at all, actually. I would like you to be our representative.
Oh, thank you, Professor. I am overcome with joy.
Just you wait until my feet touch the ballroom floor.
Cool. And we can
Yes?
do a lesson.
Do you need me for anything, Professor? I would be happy for some dancing guidance should you have any.
I'm gonna get a jump up to 25. That's wild, bro. Well, and just because it's this. Yeah. She's got 25 charm.
So much. I am eager to improve my dancing.
It's ridiculous. I love that. That's hilarious, actually.
I hear you've chosen your representative for the White Heron Cup. In that case, a word of advice.
Lay it on me.
On an average year, the winning contestant has about this much charm.
12. 13.
Charm is important, wouldn't you agree? Who wants a partner with no charm? Not me. Do your best, make sure to put in the practice, and good luck.
Yeah, she's got almost double.
I'm glad the Remire Village situation got sorted out. But it's not over yet, is it? And I can't believe old Tomas turned out to be an enemy. Who can you trust anymore?
Our life in Remire Village is gone. Father and mother, gone. Why couldn't you have arrived just a little sooner?
Okay.
Someone entered the old chapel. I think the townsfolk used it for feasts and such in the past. With that whole Tomas business, you can't blame the church for being on edge.
The ball is coming up soon. I am so excited. I can't wait to fill up on food while everyone's dancing. I even heard there'll be some prime cuts of meat.
Okay. We have now completed the month, or the week, I should say. And I want to double check. I want to see if I unlocked support with anybody. I did not. Cool. Alright, we have 2 supports to do before we end up doing the paralogues. So we have Lawrence and Ferdinand with their C support.
Ah, that fragrance. Could it be? Ferdinand, I cannot help but notice the exquisite tea you're drinking.
Not many can appreciate it, let alone recognize it. I'm impressed.
Perhaps you would be so good as to indulge me with a cup?
By all means. Allow me to pour.
What a delightful aroma. When I close my eyes, I feel as though I've wandered into a rose garden.
Such a precise, poetic description. But please, drink up. No need to stand on ceremony.
How gracious of you. Very well. Flavor, fragrance, and hue, all in fine harmony. This is a most superior brew. And in a market saturated by pale imitation, no less. You did well to acquire such fine fare.
You are clearly quite passionate about tea. And more than just passionate. You know what it takes to brew a fine cup. To say nothing of your flawless etiquette and sterling attentiveness.
Certainly. Proper etiquette at tea time is one of the surest hallmarks of quality breeding. And the extent of one's attentiveness is quite often indicative of the depth of one's character. The ability of a person of fine stock to exhibit a rich quality of character is precisely what determines whether one is worthy to be called noble. And all of that can be seen in how one handles such a simple thing as a cup of tea.
Ah, marvelously put, Lawrence. I can tell you have given much thought to this subject. And if I may, I have always considered you to be the very model of noble comportment.
Oh, likewise, this has certainly been an extraordinarily meaningful cup of tea.
I wholeheartedly concur. Before we part ways, I would like to offer you some of these leaves.
Truly? Well, I'm flattered, but I cannot simply accept them without offering something in exchange. You simply must allow me to host you in turn, by way of recompense. We shall drink from House Gloucester's finest teacups and enjoy the loveliest of its cakes.
That sounds exquisite. I look forward to it.
Kinda surprised they can't get up to A support, because they seem like they would have a lot in common. But maybe the fact they have so much in common is why they only got to get to a B support, because they just don't have enough to talk about. Anyway, Claude and Flane with their B support.
Hi, Flane. Have the Four Saints caught your fancy?
Hello there, Claude. No, not particularly. I was merely looking.
I see. In any case, do you mind if I ask you a little something? It's about your family's origin.
This again? There is truly nothing of interest to discuss on that topic.
But when you try to change the subject like that, it drives me mad with curiosity. That said, taking a secret by force isn't my style. That's why I devised a different approach. Relentless nagging.
Might I suggest giving up entirely? Truth be told, my brother has asked that I not speak of my background to anyone.
I thought it might be something like that. Oh well, guess I'd better give up on trying to get you to tell me yourself. Instead, why don't I tell you about the theory I've come up with?
You've concocted a theory, have you? I suppose there is no harm in listening to it.
I did a bit of investigating into the crests that you and Seteth bear. Seteth's is the major crest of Keyhole, and yours is the major crest of Sethlene.
Where did you learn of this?
Oh, I just took a peek at some records by a renowned crest scholar. I'd rather not say more than that. Anyway, my point is that I don't think I've ever heard of two siblings each bearing the major crests of a pair of saints. If the legends are true, then Saint Keyhole was Saint Sethlene's father, wasn't he? Which means if you and Seteth were the descendants of Saint Sethlene, that would explain how you two came to possess Keyhole and Sethlene's crests.
You mean to suggest that my brother and I are the children's children's children of Sethlene?
That about sums it up.
An interesting theory, to say the least. But surely you must know. Saint Sethlene was never married. There are no tales of her having ever had children.
Sure, but the possibilities are endless. It's not like legends are known for their accuracy. But based on your reaction, I guess I'm probably following a bad lead here.
I don't know about that. I think she just knows how to get around the question. Because now knowing that bit of information is like, oh! Alright, I'm buying the board game. Just because. And these gemstones and beads. That's all I'm buying. Alright, we are done with free time.
I have to ask you.
Sure. What is your question? One of your students keeps challenging me to fight him, but he has no idea how to wield a sword. It's a waste of time for both of us. What am I supposed to do? Use the fight as an opportunity to teach him?
I think I get it.
Cool.
Professor.
Alright, you want to... Yeah. Literally just change the fact you want to go for Grimoire, which is exactly what I'm having you go for. Okay. What happened?
Oh, Professor. I didn't realize you were there. If we keep running into each other like this, people will start to talk. They'll say, Sylvain and the Professor are on the prowl. Forget it. What do you need?
Another lover's quarrel?
Well, you're not wrong. I fell for that girl recently, but I just wanted to have some fun and leave it at that. So, I told her we should break it off. I guess she was feeling a little more serious than I was. She started crying, and everything got a bit complicated.
You're complicated.
Come on, Professor. Playing around with girls is the most fun a guy can have.
I can disagree again.
Besides, I don't care what you think of me. I don't intend to change how I live my life. I'm a good-for-nothing, if you haven't noticed. But I'm still a noble with a crest. That's all anyone cares about. It's best to avoid getting too serious with fools like that. It only leads to trouble. I'm gonna be forced into an arranged marriage with some random noble woman anyway. By the way, Professor, you didn't know you had a crest, did you?
Never thought much about it.
I see. I suppose a mercenary wouldn't be concerned with such things.
What was your experience?
Most children who are born to noble families are tested upon birth to see if they bear one. Even descendants of the 10 elites, like myself, can't be legitimate heirs without a crest. That means as children, we're only accepted if we're born with one. The heads of most noble houses keep having kids until they get one with a crest. Those children then grow up to be heads of their houses, and the vicious cycle continues. Do you get it now? To all these commoner girls, I'm just a trophy. Or rather, a stud horse.
That's cynical.
Perhaps, but that doesn't change the fact that these girls don't love me. They only love the potential rewards of loving me. If I marry a girl, and she gives birth to a child with a crest, that kid might become the next head of House Gautier. But nowadays, with the bloodlines getting weaker, there are a lot of kids like my brother, born with no hope. For ages now, those of us with crests have been envied and desired, but never for who we are. I understand the value of my blood. Believe me, I hate how much I understand it. I know better than to dream of being free from this burden. I'm used to it by now. I used to think I didn't have the right to live freely.
You don't think that way anymore?
That's right. You know what? I'm a bit jealous. The whole time you were growing up, you never knew you had a crest. You were free. Nobody pretended to like you. I kind of hate you for that. You were a spoiled brat who should pay for that crest. Maybe I'll collect the debt. Gotcha! Wow, you should have seen the look on your face just then. Don't mind me, Professor. After all, ladies love a dark and brooding noble.
Right then. Bernadetta's birthday. We'll give her flowers because I like Bernie, but I'm not recruiting her this time. Oh, I think both the writing went up.
Experience is everything.
Nope, just cloths. Okay. Raphael went up in axes. Ignaz went up in reason. Marianne went up in writing. Leonie went up in bows. I think Ferdinand went up in both. Ingrid went up in authority.
I think I get it now.
I think I've got the hang of it.
It's starting to make sense.
I will master this.
I'm certain I've improved.
Cool. Alright, let's get to the battle. So we're going to be taking on 2 paralogues, and I'm going to end up speeding through the battles because I have done episodes on all of these, and I believe that I have titled an episode after each and every one of these. So we're going to do probably the Forgotten and either... Alright, we're going to do True Chivalry and the Forgotten, because they're lower leveled missions, so let's start out with the Forgotten. Sylvain is unable to stand idly by with learns that the band of thieves, once led by his brother Miquelon, are again causing trouble in Margrave Gautier's territory. Let's do it. The Forgotten. White Clouds, Chapter 9. The Cause of Sorrow.
Hey, Professor. How's life treating you? Are you working today? You gotta take a day sometime. Get out in the world and have some fun.
I could never.
Oh, come on, Professor. Let me buy you something to eat. Relax for a couple hours at least.
What are you after?
What? I can't invite my professor to dinner without it being a scam? Okay, fine. You got me. I need to ask a favor, and I wanted a way to work up the courage to ask you.
Ask me what?
There are thieves in my family's territory. I was wondering if you'd go with me to drive them off. You remember the thief leader you fought at Conan Tower, yeah?
Your brother.
Yes, Miquelon. He was the oldest son of House Gautier. What's left of his band of thieves is causing trouble in Gautier territory. My father has asked me to come home and put down those murderous jerks. But he's asked for me to come alone. No knights, no backup of any sort. That's crazy, right?
Yes, that's crazy.
And the way my father is, he probably has some other motive that I'll never know. Maybe he just wants me to get some more experience in battle. Crazy way to suggest it, though. Anyway, I'm not going alone, no matter what he asks. I'm going to ask some of the others in our class to help too. But none of us have your experience. If you'd come with us, I'd be grateful.
I'm literally your tactician, so of course.
Great. I'll talk to the others and see who's in. Thanks, Professor.
Alright, let's get started. We gotta rout the enemy and defeat us if Sylvain falls.
Okay, we've got the thieves covered on both sides. Some of the thieves are still carrying what they stole, so we have a chance to get it back. Gotta be careful though. They'll run off faster than a nobleman's daughter if we just rush in. Target the strongholds to cut off their escape routes.
Indeed. Let's do it. Cool.
That's the last of them. Great work, everyone. Thieves everywhere. I can't believe this is what the world is coming to. At least we've restored the peace here, even if it's only for a little while.
Indeed, we defeated everybody. Got extra large bullion. And a longbow. And a talisman. Cool. Who gets MVP? Ferdinand, maybe? Or Leone? Oh, it's me. Really? Out of everybody? That's strange. I did defeat a decent amount of... So this is where I don't get how it's based on XP, because I did not gain the most XP, even though I did defeat a bunch of units. I mean, maybe, I don't know, it doesn't matter. We got the Gautier Knights, too, which is cool.
Professor, thank you for your help. We drove off the thieves and got a reward from my father. Job well done, eh? Although, I don't know how to feel about this particular reward.
Now Lance
I
Rowan.
guess that's why my father tasked me with this mission. He wanted me to prove myself worthy of this relic. This weapon, the Lance of Ruin, it killed my brother. And now it's mine.
Isn't that dangerous?
Not remotely. I bear the crest of Gautier. The same crest my brother wished for his whole life, but never came to possess.
You're still thinking about your brother, aren't you?
I suppose I am. Miquelon hated me from the moment he found out I had a crest and he didn't. He was selfish and egotistical. I know it's not right to say bad things about the dead, but he earned it. Even now, I'm still cleaning up his messes. I have to wonder, though, what if it was the other way around? If he had the crest, and I didn't, would I be the one my father thought was worth forgetting? Or would my fate have been wholly unlike his?
Thinking like that won't get you anywhere.
You're probably right, Professor. It's not like me, is it? I don't pray much, but I think I'm going to pray for those who lost their lives to the thieves tonight. And for all of us. I'm afraid there are more days like these coming our way.
Why do you say that?
Fargus has always been a cold place. Never very well-to-do. Until about 10 years ago, our region was a battlefield for the people of the Sreng region to the north. And after the late king fell, the whole kingdom became unstable. So, it's no real surprise that more and more people are resorting to thievery, just to survive. And there are those rumors of the current regent being too busy chasing the ladies to bother with governing. Don't worry, I get the irony. The whole damn kingdom is in decline because of nonsense like that. I'm hoping once we get Dimitri on the throne, everything will get better. Anyway, I'll leave it up to you to decide how you want to use our reward. Including the Lance of Ruin. I know I can trust you with it until you think I'm ready. And Professor, if I could, I'd still like to buy you a meal sometime.
There's no need.
Hey, come on. Aren't we friends now?
Yes.
Again, though, thank you for everything, Professor. I couldn't have done it alone.
No problem. We got the Lance of Ruin. Very cool. Alright, let's take on True Chivalry. Safety of the people of the kingdom has been growing concern, and Froldare's territory is no exception. Felix has been called upon to help restore order back to his home. Let's do it. True Chivalry, White Clouds, Chapter 9, The Cause of Sorrow.
There you are. I was looking for you. I need a favor.
It's unusual for you to ask for help.
Yes, it's an unusual favor. My father sent a messenger. He wants me to return to Fraldaria's territory.
Your father?
Rodriga Shiel Fraldarius, the highest-ranking member of the Fargus nobility. But about the favor. You're familiar with the tragedy of Duskhair, I presume?
Yes, I am.
After the king's death, public order disintegrated. Bandits continue to raid villages across the kingdom, including those within Fraldaria's territory. My father says he needs my help driving the bandits away.
And you want me to join you?
Precisely. Good guess. Perhaps I shouldn't pull you into this. It stems from my family's failure to secure the region. But honestly, I want to see you in action. I never tire of watching you fight. And it'll be much more interesting for you than the training ground. Or maybe this task, driving off bandits, seems dull to a former mercenary?
I mean, we did just do that, you know, not too long ago, but I'll join you.
Excellent. While I'm at it, I have a second favor to ask of you.
Oh?
Could you recruit more fighters? I bet there will be willing volunteers if you're the one inviting them. I'll set off on my own and meet up with you there.
Alright, well the whole class is coming. Dude, it's the same map, I forgot. Alright, before we do anything, Claude's bow needs reparations. It was nearly broken. We'll also repair Ferdinand's killer lance, since I accidentally used that a bunch. Alright, let's get started. We gotta defeat the enemy commander and defeat as Felix or Rodrigue falls.
Struggling to defeat some bandits? What a pathetic old man my father is. Some villagers are trapped. Let's help them escape.
Felix, my son, you finally brought reinforcements.
Rescue the villagers being attacked by bandits and get them off the battlefield. Indeed. One guy there, one guy there, one guy there. Okay, 4 of them? 5. Okay. We'll have to get people moving. I was gonna say, I'll have Ingrid go over there, but I didn't bring Ingrid because Ingrid's literally the highest level aside from me. And I have to come.
That should do it. We've chased those ruffians away for good.
Thank you so much for your assistance. Please, accept this small gift as thanks.
That is that's kind of, I didn't even realize this. That is Riley's voice actor from Valkyria Chronicles 4. Damn. We got the Aegis and the extra large bullion. Cool. I'm gonna probably get MVP, me or Leone. No, yeah, that actually makes even more sense that it was him. I think me and Leone were probably up there as well, but it definitely does make sense that Raphael got MVP. Raphael kicked ass. We got the Fraldaria soldiers. Cool.
We are grateful for your help. I doubt those bandits will stop anytime soon, but at least this village is safe. This village was important to the late king. If we hadn't saved it, I wouldn't have been able to face His Majesty.
How foolish.
Pardon?
We were protecting your subjects, not your ego. I don't give a damn as to whether you can bring yourself to face a dead king.
I will not tolerate such language from you.
I came here to hone my blade and to save innocent people. I suppose if I had died, you would say the same thing you did after Glenn's death. He died like a true knight. I have nothing more to say. I'm going back.
I'm sorry you had to see that. He's been that way for 4 years now. I don't suppose you'd care to hear about it.
Tell me.
I lost a son in the tragedy of Dusker. Felix's older brother, Glenn. To this day, I'm proud of Glenn. He gave his life to protect Prince Dimitri. If he had abandoned His Highness and fled, I don't know that I could have forgiven him. I would have been deeply ashamed. But no one would have been more ashamed than Glenn himself. It was in his nature to be noble and true. As a knight serving the royal family, his duty was to be loyal to the end, even if it meant his life. If he had abandoned that duty and survived the incident, there's no way he could have lived on in peace. Felix can't understand that. He's young and foolish. Of course, I understand his sentiment, to some extent. It all comes down to, well, a difference of opinion.
I understand Felix as well.
So that's how you feel about it. How fortunate Felix is to have met someone like you. There's nothing as heartening as having someone around who really understands you. He's an odd boy, thick-headed in some ways, but he's my son all the same. I'm glad he has you to look after him.
Teacher.
What do you want to do? Axe and heavy armor. Really? I mean, no, you're a cavalry unit. You ain't like Edelgard. Alright, we got the White Heron Cup today. And we'll end the episode after this week.
Ahem. Ladies and gentlemen, my sincerest apologies for the wait. Thank you for gathering here on the eve of the highly anticipated ball to bear witness to the Academy-wide dance competition. Welcome to the White Heron Cup. The competition will be judged by me, your humble servant, Alois Rangel, and also the acclaimed former songstress of the Mittelfrank Opera Company, Manuela Casagranda.
Yes, thank you. Oh, and it should go without saying, but I swear to show no bias to my own house. Got it? Good.
Last but not least, the glamorous assassin who does all of her dancing in the dead of night, Shamir Navrand. The three of us swear on our honor to judge the following proceedings with utmost impartiality and fairness. And with that, will the representatives of each house please make their way to the stage? Contestants, are you ready to dance? And is the band prepared to play?
Dimitri.
Very well. begin!
I guess I've already stolen their dancer.
That's all, folks! Splendid! All three of you were fantastic! Now, let's hear what the judges have to say.
Oh my, let's see. I suppose I have no choice but to vote for the Blue Lion House. Keep practicing and you could really shine out there.
I vote for Golden Deer House. The way you carried yourself was striking.
Great feedback, both of you. Well then, let's see. Factoring in my own humble opinion, yes, we have a winner! And I will announce who it is right now, without any delay. The winner of this year's White Heron Cup is the Golden Deer House!
Have I prevailed? Oh, most glorious! My practice was not in vain.
Once more, please give a big round of applause for our talented participants.
Cool. Yeah, Flame can now be a dancer, which is good. She just maxed out her bishop class, so I can actually change her. She gets sword dance, combat art, and the sword avoidance plus 20 ability. Ooh! Dimitri's birthday. I'll buy him flowers, because I can't actually recruit him.
Lawrence, you need not worry about this. I can handle it.
No cause for concern, Ferdinand. This will hardly be difficult for me.
Ah, in that case, I will take a seat and watch.
The expected result for someone of my skills?
Yes, we did quite well. All thanks to me, of course.
I never did these guys together before they had their C support, so that was kind of funny. Raphael's up to B+ in his brawling, which is pretty sick. I don't think anyone... Actually, Sylvain's gonna go up in Reason. Cool.
Better than before.
It's all becoming clearer.
Cool.
I appreciate your effort.
Yes, indeed. Alright, that's where I'm going to be ending this episode. Really all enjoyed. Did appreciate it. The next episode, we'll do the actual battle. We'll do this last week, and then we'll do the battle. We do have a bunch of supports, actually. Look at that. Oh my god, it's like 10. No, it's 5, actually, probably. Maybe even more, maybe 6, 7, depends. It doesn't really matter. We'll figure it out. So, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Really enjoyed. Did appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe for more. I'll talk to you all later.